Hi guys, I'm Kate, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about the distinction between setting goals and building habits, and why habits are more important to your writing. Think of things in terms of past you, present you, and future you. Future you is the goal you. It's the one who has completed their novel, or published it, or written 1,000,000 words in a year, because that is apparently something that people do. Future you is true of everything that you want. You know, it doesn't just have to be writing, it can be your mental health, it can be your physical health, it could be where you want to be in your career. It's all of the things that you want to be, but you aren't right now. The problem that I see a lot of people have, and that I know that I had for a long time, was getting stuck in this idea of what future you is going to look like and what future you is going to do and be and experience and see and all these things, and it's just daydreaming. The common adage is that you need 10,000 hours of doing anything to get good at it, and 10,000 hours of goal setting and daydreaming is only going to make you better at goal setting and daydreaming. It's the habit that's going to get you to the 10,000 hours. I have a lot of writer friends that I've seen that have been writing the same story since I met them, or since they were a kid, and this isn't to say that that is a bad thing at all, but it is to say that I think they're stuck in this. They're constantly thinking about things in their mind and tweaking things, and they have their world all set out. Their characters are like friends, they know them so well, but, and this is a big but, it never gets written. Because they do all of this work up here, but they don't have the habit of putting pen to paper or putting fingers to keyboards or whatever kind of method you would use to actually write down your story. Every day for 30 minutes or an hour every day, or, you know, some kind of 15 minutes every other day. Commit to writing your story. Commit to making it happen. And the more and more you commit, that's going to be the difference maker. That's what's going to get the past self and the present self to ultimately be your future self, your New York Times bestselling self, your I've completed a first draft self, your whatever. It's going to get you there. It's easy to get discouraged when it's your first time on your first ever draft and like something about it just isn't working. But that's when you have the habit and you put in the time and you realize that, you know what, you screwed the draft. Screw it. You move on to another draft, and then eventually the more hours you put in because of your habits, the more and more you'll learn from those drafts. And eventually you will start leveling up all over the place. You will level up on finishing drafts, you will level up on knowing which drafts to continue, how to redraft, how to edit, how to revise, and then ultimately how to publish a novel. There's no secret to any of this other than time and putting the work in. I know do the thing isn't the most exciting and fun advice, but it is what works. So, because of my love of goals and daydreaming in general, I do recommend that you do those things. Do set the goal, do set the New Year's resolution, but break them down a little bit. Set your yearly goal, break it down to monthly goals, break it down to weekly goals, break it down so that it's the habit that has your attention. As a quick aside, and another kind of lesson learned for me, don't break it down so that it's do chapter 1 on Tuesday, chapter 2 on Wednesday, chapter 3 on Thursday. Don't do this because inevitably you are going to miss out on one of the days, and that's going to throw your whole schedule off and just make it like it's so disheartening and upsetting. So don't make it that, make it the daily habit. Finally, know thyself. Don't set the daily goal or the daily habit to be write for an hour every morning when you are not a morning person. Don't do that to yourself. Don't necessarily do what your favorite author does because it works for them. It may not work for you. If you are a night owl, be your awesome night owl writing self and get your words done then. Also, things don't have to be a marathon if that's not the way you want to do it. You don't have to write for an hour if you know you can't sit still for that long. Make it 30 minutes. Make it 15 minutes. Make it 5 minutes scattered throughout the day. Make that a habit. Every hour on the hour, you write for 5 minutes. 30 minutes or 15 minutes each day will add up to a lot, but if you don't do anything, you have nothing. This isn't to discourage you. It actually means that you can do something. Build the habits, write the words. Okay, so I hope I sold you on creating habits, but if I didn't, I am going to leave a couple more links below that kind of go into this in more detail, maybe from a psychology standpoint. And if you haven't already, I highly recommend Stephen King's novel On Writing. It does have some crafty advice, but it also has kind of the mentality behind writing and getting the work done. Just remember that reading about motivation in writing isn't actually writing, and your future self will thank you. Speaking of thanking things, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please comment down below and let me know about your writing habits or your writing goals or your habits and goals for other things or any lessons that you've learned kind of in your writing journey. I would be very interested in hearing more about them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.